Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Execration versus Faceless, and you are watching the final day of the Star Ladder C series, or the C qualifier, excuse me. And the winner of the group stage will get an automatic invite to the LAN event, so it's a pretty big deal. The standing currently sits. Where's my standings? All right, I got like 18 browsers up. Okay, TNC currently number 1 at 16 points. wg.unity, despite them being at second place right now with 14 points, they're mathematically not able to overtake TNC anymore, so they're essentially out. And then the only team that's available that could overtake TNC is Faceless, and I do believe they have to 2-0 every single opponent here today, starting with Execration. So they have to 2-0 Execration, they have to 2-0 TNC, and they have to 2-0 Fnatic, but Fnatic is free, so... Anyway, Steven, thanks for joining me on the cast, and we're going to open things up with Faceless versus Execration, and they're going to begin with Shadow Demon. Is Steven here?
Dyer's pick.
Wait 1 second. I had the button set in the wrong one. Sorry. But I think it's like you said, they have to 2-0 everyone to make it through. And as much as I don't want to say Fnatic is free, they definitely do look like the easiest team to beat. And unfortunately for Faceless, they aren't able to play them first.
I mean, or fortunately, they don't need to play them first, right?
Radiant's pick.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, wouldn't you think it's like...
It's more, if it's more dramatic to have like the Faceless versus TNC as a very final match, right?
I think it's more dramatic if it's like them versus... Oh, you mean versus TNC? Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, like if it's TNC versus Faceless for the final game, then it would be like super hype.
But if it's like they go through 2-0 and then 2-0 again, and then there's Fnatic at the end, it's just like there's still a chance that they might not make it, but at the same time, you don't. It doesn't feel quite the same.
Is this Ice as the stand-in player?
I wouldn't know. I mean, I'd have to assume so.
Like normally, any other team would be like, "Oh, stand-in. That's somebody actually standing in." But with Ice, you actually just don't know. Like he's actually a troll.
5 seconds.
So
he's actually a troll.
I wonder if Execration would like not play seriously, because obviously they're not mathematically possible to make it through anymore. But
Dyer's banned.
No, they're playing seriously. They picked Luna. There's no messing around. They picked Luna. That's the sign that you're not messing around.
No first pick Blasuka and just like let's go.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I mean, you get a chance to play against Faceless, and Execration's definitely a good team, right? You might as well put this to good practice.
Yeah, that's true. Although I imagine these teams scrim against each other quite regularly. So
10 seconds to go.
Although scrim and officials are kind of different.
I think playing officials is very, very good practice, especially since Faceless absolutely have to 2-0 everyone to make it. So they're going to be playing at their best.
I'm very curious if Faceless will ban differently, like coming into the series against TNC a little bit later on. Because yesterday, we've been talking about the Darkseer and of course the Earth Spirit. But for now, it seems like overall against a blind opponent, if you will, seems like Slaughter and Meepo are the two heroes that they're more worried about.
I wouldn't really put it like that. I mean, it's like you said, within the C region, all of the top teams most likely just practice against each other for the most part.
True.
Up until normally whenever there's a tournament coming up or something like that, then you decide on scrimming other people.
Have we actually seen a Meepo from Execration?
I think it's banned out every single time.
Yeah, I don't actually recall. So if you ban it out against them every single time, likely they do have a great Meepo player. It used to be Abed always playing it for Execration, so I don't know if Gabby is in tune with the hero. But either way, we're not going to see it, at least for this game. What we are going to actually see is the Ogre Rubik Luna combination. Ogre most likely roaming around to help out the solo lanes, and then the Rubik Luna is one of the strongest dual lanes simply because they have a ton of right click damage between the two. Good stuff.
I think Faceless are actually in a position to draft something to deal with this Luna. I think you just actually draft a mid that doesn't really worry too much about Ogre. Or at least can catch up in another way.
Are there any mids that don't worry about Ogre?
Every mid has to worry about Ogre, but
Yeah.
some heroes can actually just catch them in the jungle. Like Shadow Fiend, for example, can actually do it. But I don't think I seen Jabs play this hero.
Jabs, from what I recall, is a very exceptional Tinker player, as well as I want to say OD. Like most of the dominant patch heroes of last patch, he played very well. Also very good Invoker, from what I recall. But Faceless is gonna go with the Black Slark. He's very, very good with this hero. Which I think on paper, like a lot of people think Black as kind of the AFK Ricer kind of.
He might not actually be playing it, by the way.
Really? Why is that?
I could be wrong though, because I mean I watched them play one game at Dota Pit, and it might just be because they picked Pudge, but when they picked Pudge, Black was playing Pudge,
As a support
and
or
XY
core?
played Slark. Support.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna see a Pudge here, right? Because the 2 support slots are taken out.
Yeah, but I mean I just assume they might have just swapped for the hero selection, and then Black's probably just going to be going back to playing carry.
Yeah. I think it was just that one game where he wanted to play the Pudge, but here, this is actually one of his stronger hero, because a lot of people say like Black is the AFK Ricer, but on this particular hero, he understands the timing very well. I still think that he does tend to farm a bit more than he should. Like sometimes I even see him go Midas on this hero, but you could bet once he has a Shadow Blade, he's going to be all over the map. And heroes like Rubik, Ogre, these are essentially free for the Slark. And even for Luna, until she gets the BKB, she doesn't exactly have the best way to get away from the pounce.
All right, OD. If you thought Ogre Magi was a nuisance for the mid lane, now you got an OD Ogre Magi potentially.
Yeah. Not only very strong in the lanes, like you said, but also very good against the Slark, right? Because if he's going to pounce on Rubik, now you actually have a way to protect and deal with the Slark.
Curious as to see what offlaner Faceless end up going with, because Execration banned out 4
Pretty much,
offlaners.
yeah, everybody just like ban out Ice Ice Ice. And the word on the street is that C teams have a tough time dealing with Ice Ice Ice. Like they just don't understand his playstyle. Whereas I think the Chinese teams deal with him extremely well because he played in China for such a long time. But for now, we're gonna see the Jabs Invoker.
What's the offlane of choice here? I want to see something clowny.
I mean, we've seen Faceless, or sorry, we've seen Ice 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 do everything. From like offlane Juggernaut to
Morphling? He played offlane Morphling.
But that's because they had Alchemist on the team. Like Alchemist Undying.
No. This was the no. I'm talking about recently. He played they played the lower bracket finals. It was a best of 1, and that's when Black played Pudge, and then they had an offlane Morphling as well. I mean they lost, but still they had a really good start with it.
Okay. I'm not sure whether you could do offlane Morphling against this like lane, right? I think Luna Rubik just denies you to oblivion.
Yeah, pretty much. But you never doubt Ice Ice Ice. It's like you said, they have a hard time dealing with him. This guy plays pretty much everything. Look at that, a 5th Ice 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 ban.
I mean, well, the 5th one not so much surprising because honestly there was only offlane to be picked by Faceless, right? So you might as well ban an offlane hero. But the first 4, that's a lot of respect. Can you like actually?
10 seconds to
Alright, I could actually check what it is as Ice Ice Ice. Let me quickly.
I'm really curious to see what they end up picking on the offlane.
Yeah, this is Ice Ice Ice.
Radiant's pick.
Yeah, people are telling me it's Ice Ice Ice. He has the same name from Dota Pit. He was also listed as stand-in for some reason.
The same. Well, I generally check the avatar because they don't.
There's a lot of imposters out there.
I mean, are they going to use the exact same avatar?
Don't put it past people to do something weird like that.
I'm going to name myself Aosin and put a penguin avatar and play in China.
I've never seen that happen yet.
And
But why would anyone ever impersonate me?
That's exactly right.
That's why I always get confused as to whenever people are like, "Is that the real Eosin?" And this happens maybe like once every 200 games, but it happens.
Are you the real
And then-
big deal?
And then I'll just be like, "Why would anyone ever impersonate me? Like, for what reason would you impersonate me for?"
I don't know. Not everyone's Nexon champion. I would impersonate a Nexon champion. All right. Faceless gonna go with the Ice Tidehunter. So this is actually as traditional of a faceless draft as it goes. I mean, maybe like a Warlock is what I'm more personally used to seeing, but in terms of this patch and the players on these heroes, this is like faceless to a T.
This was honestly one of the last offlaners you could have picked. The only other alternative is they went for if they went for something else, and
Axe is in the pool.
Reserve time.
I don't know if you want to run Axe against Luna, Rubik, and Ogre. I think with one rotation, you're just sent to the jungle.
There's also like weirder stuff like Clockwork or...
Yeah. But I don't normally see him play these kind of heroes. They definitely did their research, and these are all of the heroes that Ice have been playing recently.
So, are they okay with him playing Tidehunter? Because I think Tidehunter is actually not so bad against this lineup. Ravage in particular has a long cooldown, but then you could kind of mirror Luna's cooldown, right? So if you see him coming to the fight with Eclipse, you're more likely to have the Ravage as well.
Yeah, and don't forget you have a Rubik. It's always that potential of stealing Ravage.
True, true.
Alright, let's see how these lanes pan out. Pretty sure it's going to be Ogre Magi and Axe starting in the off lane. If they don't do that, I'm pretty sure Axe just has to start in the jungle, because I don't think you can sit in lane against this tri-lane if they decide to move together.
So you think the Ogre doesn't really need to help mid too much?
10 seconds.
I mean, I agree that OD doesn't need to help versus Invoker 1v1, but you could make the Invoker cry a little bit.
Seconds.
Yeah, he can pretty much 1v1 him for the start. You don't really have to put your bodyguard to the middle lane just because you can. I think it's more important just to help out DJ. And you already know how DJ plays these offlaners. The faster you can get him to the Blink Dagger, the better.
What a player. Just pauses at the beginning of the game, go toilet.
This is how every professional team operates.
Your toilet breaks are not in between the game or before the game. It's just...
Yeah, or during the draft.
Or during the draft.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. During the draft, I appreciate it because you're supposed to communicate and talk to your team, right? See, this guy just came back from toilet. He didn't read the message.
Yep. No. See, this is the thing. You have, it's like you said, during the draft, you have all this time to go.
Yeah.
Right, but you're discussing strategy with their team, which is perfectly fine. But a lot of the times, a lot of teams always have that remaining time on that last pick. You could just use that time to go to the bathroom. But instead of that, they just immediately pick, and then they pause the game, and then they go to the bathroom.
I mean, for us, it's the same thing. We just have to wait. It's no big deal. Wait, are you a Battle Cup champion ever?
No one ever invites me to play. I have won before.
Okay.
I would have won more than a couple if
you played more?
If I played more. Yeah, well, what happened was I was in this Battle Cup with MSS and CCNC during Mafia LAN. And the next Mafia game was starting, and they were like, all right, let's just go play Mafia. And we were in Grand Finals, and we just left.
Dude, that's not right. Is that also your reason for like, not winning in TI?
Oh, going to play Mafia?
No, as in, like, you would win more TIs if you were in TIs?
Oh. No.
No? Alright, we got XZ. Sorry, XY.
Oh?
Second
What?
Sunstrike. Did it scout out the smoke?
It scouted out. Yeah, it scouted it out.
This guy's a map hacker. Like, who actually... Sunstrike's there?
Invoker is actually sitting
so
in base
good,
for a
yeah.
second Sunstrike.
Dude, it would not
And
surprise
now they
me
know.
if he's just sitting in the base for one more Sunstrike. Who knows?
Okay, wait. Black might be in trouble here, though.
30 seconds to show.
Nah, he's
They're
fine.
going, wrapping around. No, because they have a ward. They know exactly where he is.
Okay, he jumps away. Oh god.
Black
Oh,
is
God.
super dead.
Black not like this. Lift into a Berserker's Call. Did I want to skill that one? And now they're going to try to block. But, ooh, nice Astro. Nando was on top of it. And
I think he still ends up on the left side.
yeah, but still.
It's not where you get Astral.
Yeah. Well, I guess he
This seems
needed
to be a recurring theme. You know, teams really like to go for this level 1 smoke.
Yeah, but normally they do it a little bit earlier, right? Like more in the base. But
Yeah, that's true. I'm kind of
regardless,
surprised that still happened, especially since the Sunstrike should have seen it, I believe.
no, they definitely seen it. They pinged it out, but I don't think Black realized that they were going for him, or he thought he maybe could run away with the pounce. But regardless, that's a good first blood. I do believe Rubik was the one that picked it up, so that's gonna be quick boots for him.
The bigger thing was, I think Black's positioning was really good for the incoming smoke. I think he didn't think that there would be any way that he would get caught out.
Right.
But
Because he was at this area.
the high ground.
Yeah, he would have been like very easily like to pounce like over cliffs or whatever. But I think the more important thing to talk about now is that Execration is running an offensive trialing against Black, and Black does not have any help here. He is on his own. Now the trade-off that they're getting is that DJ is going to have to go up against the trialing, but I think Axe is more than capable of doing it.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine with this. I think this is like really bad for Faceless if they waste too much time up here.
Yeah.
They just probably go for one attempt, and if it doesn't work out, they just leave.
That's the one attempt. DJ does get off the Berserker's call and does get a ton of armor bonus. Looks like he's going to just walk it off, so...
And that's the end of it. I think at this point you just leave. Let Ice finish the lane, or just solo the lane now.
Okay, so my question is, if you put the Shadow Demon and just the Shadow Demon bottom, is that enough? I don't think it is.
No, it's not enough. I think this Rubik Luna lane is too strong, unless they put all three of them.
Right. Then I still think that Faceless is perhaps losing out in terms of the lane exchanges, because DJ should be able to do the 1v1 against Tide, and then Nando will get the Ogre's help.
Nando is getting destroyed right now.
Sunstrike?
Random Sunstrike?
Okay, not gonna hit. Yeah, how is this lane going so badly? We were just mentioning that it's not supposed to be this bad.
Jabs went for the Alacrity build, and Nando probably just got caught out once, not respecting it too much, and gets right-clicked one too many times.
He needs to go for the cuckoo school of like buying 2 salves. You know?
Yeah.
Make sure that you're okay.
Random Sunstrike is gonna hit!
Nope.
Ooh, that was so close.
Man, it's fine. Calculated.
That was really well played by Jabs, expecting him to go for that shrine.
What? Gabby, pretty much free farming, and Black is not. Black has not actually seen like more than 3-4 creeps. It's a rough life, man.
Yeah, he's really suffering. And the bigger issue right now for Faceless is that because of this lane setup, without investing too many resources, like a lot of resources, like they have to smoke again. And unless they continuously do this, it's very predictable where they're going to be moving.
Okay. Now, let's assume that nothing really big happens. Like, you know, just both teams farm for the next 3-4 minutes. Obviously, Execration is going to go very far ahead in terms of the lane stage.
Bottom lane, Black is in trouble. They're pushing him out of lane.
But
Like,
the supports are coming in. He does have 1 point to pounce. They do see Black, and now Black's stuck in there. They lift him up. Lucent Beam not available. In fact, they kind of toss him in an awkward position. Now the row is going to hit on Gabby. The creep wave is going to help out, but the disruption and the Sunstrike. Nice play here by Ogre, actually blocking the Sunstrike. And now they're going to go on XY instead. Gabby going to get off the right click. Illusion's still doing quite a bit of damage, but Gabby, he understands Illusion will time out, and they're going to get a triple kill on the bottom side. Everybody on the side of Execration
Oh, that is
feeling
bad.
extremely happy. And guess what? It's a 3-man shower time at the Shrine. Give me some Craigasm in the chat, because this is the best shower ever. Wait, there's a courier?
Oh,
wait,
Sunstrike?
Okay.
These Sunstrikes are great.
Wait, courier? Oh no, that's their own courier.
He was getting hit by the catapult.
Yeah.
And it got healed up by the shrine.
And they got hit by it again. I was like, what was that? I thought like one of the heroes hit it.
That's like the ultimate value. They saved the courier too. The courier actually would have died if it wasn't for the shrine heal, because it got hit by the catapult twice. So you invest all those resources into making a gank happen, and then you get, your entire tri-lane dies. What do you do now? Like, the movement is going to be so awkward, and they get scouted once more. This could be really bad for for Faceless.
Look at 55's play. He knows the road's coming, and then he just blocks it. But Sentry.
And they're baiting it out too.
Oh.
All right, they're just going to call it there, but once again, another rotation going to waste. Nuts is still level 1. Not to mention this Earth Spirit is only level 2.
All right, so that goes. Oh, hold on, thought. Black gonna come in here as well. The roll misses. I think they still get the kill though. Ogre very, very tanky. He's gonna try to run to the scene. Nice stun here. That's gonna stun the Luna as well. That's gonna be 1 kill, but I think Gabby's gonna run in, going for the XZ kill or XY. That's gonna be 1 kill. The Hadouken almost stole it. Now Black, he does not have pounce for 7 more seconds, and they're gonna just right click it.
They got a zap.
There you go. That's gonna be
Once
2
again,
more for Execration.
This lane is getting out of control, and the worst part about it is that Black doesn't have anywhere to go. There's no real lane change. If he goes top, I think he just gets absolutely destroyed by Axe. And you can't jungle. He doesn't have Iron Talon or level 6.
Are you watching this nuts jungle pattern? This technology?
I'm watching him pull it to the tower to
Alright.
help him level.
Top lane looks like Ravage has been used to ensure.
Very nicely played by Ice.
To ensure
The
a kill.
Ravage Sunstrike.
I mean, that does put Ravage on cooldown, but it's no big deal. Like the first Ravage.
Yeah, I don't think they're in any real position to take a big engagement with the Ravage anyways right now. The supports are very underleveled, so you might as well just make use of it, and killing off DJ is a pretty big kill.
Yeah. So I want to point out that
Slark? They're going to force them to use the... Oh.
I want to point out that Ice has the Blink Dagger queued up, which is definitely not the standard item here. Mech is generally the way to go, but I think given the situation that they're in, maybe like 1 Ravage to win like a 3-0 engagement is kind of what they need to make a comeback.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. And, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, you just queue it up, but it's so far away, you can always make adjustments if necessary. So you have to look at, like, he just spent all of his gold and he bought a bunch of utility. Oh, they're trying to get the wraparound. Ice, he might get caught here. They're going to blow an Eclipse for this. Yeah. And this is a very, very dead Tidehunter. And I think with Tidehunter dead, there's really no way for them to defend this top tower. It's probably going to just take a lot of damage. They might not be able to get it, but it's going to take a lot of damage at least.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You can actually like break out of Berserker Call with Kraken, right? Or it's taunt.
I don't think you can actually break it.
Like you would break it, but the taunt still remains. Is what you're saying?
Wait, wouldn't that just mean nothing happens?
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
Roll?
Okay, the kick's gonna miss
Okay,
as well.
he misses it.
XY. Huh? I'm curious. I guess I can look
We'll
it up.
find out very soon. I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Okay. And I have no excuse for being wrong on that one, because this synergy or this matchup has been in the game for like, I don't know, God knows how many years. So.
It's alright. Dota has a lot of things to remember. Oh, nuts.
He has a haste rune. He's fine.
He has a haste rune, yeah.
So
Well, with his rotation at top, at least Black has a little bit of space to farm, but he's so behind right now.
I think the only way that Execration could kind of blunder this lead is if they make a big mistake at, let's say, one of the pushes or during one of the team fights. And now they're going to go on Gabby. This is a very important kill, and they do get it. Was that Ravage spent? Yes, it was.
And Black also TP'd up here.
Just to make sure they get the kill, yeah. Yeah, so even though that Luna kill is big, I don't think that's going to be enough to make a comeback. So that brings me to my point of, I think Execration will only lose their lead if they make a huge mistake.
It's a start. Alright, DJ has his Vanguard now.
Ooh, they actually got a pick on Nando as well. Sorry for missing that kill. Okay, well the supports are definitely roaming a lot more efficiently now that the laning stage has ended.
I think with that OD kill, it's actually fairly even now.
Yeah, back-to-back core kills is not bad.
Completely out of mana, but he's got 11 stick charges. No Ravage though, but the supports have been spotted out, so I don't think there's any gonna be anything coming out of this.
Luna does have the Helm of Dominator finish, so we're gonna see a push coming on. But Tidehunter is very, very good at just like sitting in front of the building and tanking it. XY's gonna roll away.
Close.
He's actually still in there, but they're not gonna chase. And now Tidehunter is surrounded from all sides. I don't know if Isaac's gonna get out of this one. Yeah, he's gone.
So you can see now, see, so it doesn't break the taunt.
Okay. You right. I shouldn't have doubted a Nexon champion.
Have fun trying
Yeah,
to bust
it's okay, it happens.
structures now.
Execration will translate into a tier 1 tower. This is giving a black a lot of space and time to farm, but I mean he's still only halfway to his Shadow Blade.
He got destroyed so badly in lane that he's gonna need way more time than this. He got a couple of minutes to farm, but I mean if you look at where he's progressed to, he's only got 1,600 gold. And if you decide to go straight for the Shadow Blade, you're still going to be very, very weak.
I'm personally a little surprised that DJ has not gone for the straight blink, given how aggressive he normally likes to play. Remember that Slaughter game? He was just like going behind tier 2 towers like 3 minutes in.
Alright, top lane, they're smoking. Ravage is up in 10 seconds.
Okay. I'm sure they have Sunstrike at the ready as well. They ping out DJ, that's the one they want, but here comes the TIE Hunter. They slow down Nando. Okay, nice Berserker's call. And that's going to be Ravage. I think it's just time to leave him go. I think he's pretty much dead. Okay, thinks about the Ravage, but very, very good. Astro's going to put him away. DJ still slowed down here. XY coming in, putting that Magnetize pretty much on everybody. TIE Hunter still lumbering
now,
it.
but it might get stolen. It
Yes.
does get stolen.
Yep. Oh, and the Astro's going to
Oh, and
save
they
him.
save. Here
XY
comes
is
the
going to be
counter.
dead, and now there's Ravage and Eclipse on the dire side. This is a huge loss here by Faceless. And I think with both of these ultimate, they're going to just roll down at least one tower, if not two.
They immediately smoke up. They want to defend this mid tower with this Ravage. This is very, very good play from Execration.
Okay, Glyph is available. That DJ is very low. He does have the Vanguard regen coming in. Nando's going to
Oh,
start
this is going to be
hitting.
huge. Here comes the back.
Uh-oh, jabs. He's going to get lifted. They're going to toss him back in. And the Ravage. Bang. Ravage is only going to hit one. No, it does hit two. TIE Hunter on the right side is out of mana. Does have a Mango, but no teleport. He's going to pop that Magic Wand. He's trying to juke, but he's in here for good. And now Execration. Pretty much styling all over Faceless.
5593 just crushing them with that Rubik gameplay. That was so well played by him. Stealing that Ravage and then immediately smoking to rotate mid because Faceless were trying to disengage. They assumed, you know, the whole team was going to push top.
Yeah. I mean, for viewers that don't normally watch Dota, the reason why this game is like so crazy is the fact that Faceless, by all accounts, is normally considered as the best C team, like bar none. There's no one even really close to it. This is the team that you see competing in the international tournaments. This is the team that, you know, people thought was going to make a deep TI run. But right now, Execration, who no longer could qualify for this LAN event, is just wrecking Faceless.
Maybe it's the nerves. Once again, it's
Nah,
that
man. It's when you have
nothing
nothing
to
to
lose.
lose. That's
Yeah,
your
nothing to
favorite
lose
statement.
versus everything to lose.
Yeah. Well, Faceless. The one thing that they're very, 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 very good at, which I think is the reason why they're considered as the best suit team, is that they might get into this situation, but to actually break the high ground and get the GG out of them, that's a different story. I've seen many teams have this kind of start versus Faceless, and then they just blunder it on a high ground push. So I would not put it past Faceless to make a deep late game comeback, but the odds are definitely against them.
Yeah, I agree. And they definitely have the high ground defense. Between Earth Spirit, Invoker, and a Tide Hunter is a very, very difficult high ground to break. They would definitely need some kind of big pick off.
Yeah. I mean, I would even add Slark to the formula of a high ground defense. Like, he's not actually going to do the defense, but he's a very good hero to come from behind and just, like, snipe a random Rubik or whatnot. But I gotta say, that last team fight up top where the TIE Hunter was doing that slow dance, I was just really impressed with Nando's, like, patience with the Astra, right? Like, 2 Astros in a row.
Top. Black's got the Shadow Blade. This is going to be the first use of it. Okay, it's going to be a easy kill.
Yep.
You know what the crazy thing is? There's 6 Faceless games. And this could potentially be their final one.
Yeah. I mean, unless I did the math wrong, I do believe they have to win every single game. But if I did the math wrong, maybe they're allowed one draw.
And then they got to win everything else to tie it.
After this game, I'm going to check the math again.
I'm pretty sure they have to win all of them.
I'm pretty sure that's the case as well. But, you know, won't be the first time I'm wrong about something.
Happens.
Alright, TIE Hunter looks like he's gone for a casual headdress. I wonder if he just bought something before he died. That's likely the case. Because he still has a Blink Dagger queued up. And that last team fight...
People always do this. They queue it up and then they just change their mind afterwards.
That's true. But you saw in the last team fight how important it was for him to blink in, right? Because
They're going on ice.
Alright.
It's gonna be a big kill
Oh,
because
the
if they
Berserker
kill him
Call
off.
missed though. And now he's gonna try to walk away. TP is available. Eclipse is gonna get used. Oh, nice lift. That's gonna be a kill. I mean, he would have probably survived if he ravaged and then TP.
This is why you always try to TP out, even if there's like pretty much no way you're gonna get out. Because even though he does die, and also if he ravaged, I think it's gonna be even worse because you're gonna get lifted and have it stolen.
Well,
There's
it
no
depends.
way you can make it in time. I don't think.
I guess you're really all in that case.
It
right?
depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean at least like even though he dies, he draws out an
Eclipse.
eclipse.
Uh-oh,
And now that's-
XY. Magnetize gonna get used. Nando's gonna take a ton of damage. Force Staff, he's silent still. He needs to Astro himself. Astro, no, he gets completely chun slammed by Jabs' cold snap. Very nicely done.
Might want to mine that top tower.
But does not stop this push though. Execration pressuring bottom as we speak.
Radiant's bottom.
They might consider defending this. No, they don't.
Did you have Ravage?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I thought they had glyphs though. But if there's no glyph, then there's no way.
Alright, so let's pretend for a second that you're the captain of Execration. You have a very, very decent lead, but you know that the Faceless high ground is very dangerous. You know that they perhaps are the more experienced team.
Dire structures right
Like, what are you looking to do for your team right now to essentially close out this game where you have a very, very big lead?
I mean, while they have a lead, it's not exactly, the kind of lead where you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Mid lane, they're going on an illusion. So because you don't exactly have the kind of lead where you can do whatever you want, you still have to play it safe. And right now, the best way to play it safe is just you wait for that Eclipse cooldown. You should definitely work on getting deeper wards to completely control the map, and then you just slowly build up your advantage and take the rest of the objectives with your Eclipse. But even then, you still have to be really careful because I think even with everything up, Faceless are still strong enough to beat them in a team fight right now if they slip up.
Yeah, especially if TIE Hunter gets to initiate with the Ravage. Like, you can just
Yeah.
actually blow everybody up. To which case, I gotta ask your opinion. The Manta transition from Gabby is very, very standard, but in this game, do you just say, look, just get a BKB? We're not gonna lose any team fights if you do have to BKB?
I don't think he needs it just yet. I think going for the BKB this early is very, very all in. I think that's the kind of pickup you make when you decide, like, okay, we're definitely strong enough to just take high ground with this purchase. Not,
Sure.
I'm going to win a team fight with this purchase.
Okay. What about the halfway route, like Yasha into BKB and then back to Manta?
I think it's still safer just to pick up the Manta
Manta.
than just do some damage. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
The only downside to it is that you have to remember there's an SD, so he can easily just make illusions of your illusions, and then you have to deal with Luna again.
Although you have an OD on your team, the orb is gonna deal a bunch of damage to the illusion, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, Nuts gonna get scouted here before he drops his ward, so I guess not too bad.
Oh, interesting. Rubik picks up Aether Lens.
For that Ravage steal. Makes sense, right? Like sometimes, especially with the 8th lens, you get to not get hit by Ravage or just get that extra
Yeah.
couple of seconds to steal it.
Yeah, you're actually right about that.
Yeah.
It's actually really important because the only way to be out of Ravage range is if you wait for the Ravage and you blink into it and steal it,
Right.
or you wait for the Ravage and then walk back in. Because I think the range is like pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, we saw in that last engagement where 55 managed to steal the Ravage. He still got hit by the Ravage after he stole it, so the Aether Lens allows you to do that. This is actually one of the few cases where you want to go Aether Lens first on Rubik. I mean, don't get me wrong, Aether Lens is a great Rubik item, but generally there's like more pressing priorities, like getting, let's say, a Force Staff for your team, a Glimmer for your team, or like a Blink for yourself.
There's a Faceless smoke here, but it seems like they completely missed out where Execration were going to be.
Dire gave up
Oh,
bottom tower.
Nando misses the deny on bottom tower.
I mean, all things considered, though, despite the lead that Execration's in, I think Faceless fans out there shouldn't be too worried because this game is slowing down. I feel like this like 5,000 net worth lead that Execration has isn't really that big. It's just honestly one team fight.
Yep. Especially with Tidehunter having the Blink Dagger now, a lot can change in one team fight. And I don't think they know that he has it just yet. Okay, so here comes the Execration smoke. This could potentially be devastating for Faceless.
Do they have
Black
detection, though?
breaks us out.
Yeah. Sunstrike? Going on somewhere.
Oh, they're going all the way around. They see the courier. They know the courier is there.
Luna's
they
gonna
know
get
that-
seen. Luna's gonna get seen by the Crewway, but SSI just poured it out, and now the team is gonna be isolated. Black. Oh, the pounce blocks and now
two-man
gets.
call. That's so
both.
bad.
They're gonna focus on Nuts. Nuts is gonna be the first one to go down now. Now XY gets lifted. XY's.
Oh, he cancels the TP with that lift.
Okay, Black. Did they have detection? Nope.
No detection.
Wow. That DJ call to begin things off was huge because they got the Shadow Demon. I mean, they never killed Black, but I don't think Black was. I mean, it would be good to kill him, but it's okay that they didn't.
But more importantly, yeah, the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
And that Shadow Demon was actually a bonus. They broke the smoke and they just went for the Slark because the smoke broke.
Yep.
And I think Nuts just accidentally walked into it.
Blink call, that's gonna find Black again. The ports are coming in, but I don't know if the taunt's long enough. In fact, it's gonna be a counter initiating with Ravage, Sunstrike. Ooh, definitely Blast not gonna hit because
They need to kill this OD off.
Oh, they're gonna try. Nice defensive 4-7. Now pounce forward here by Rubik, not something you see too often. Invoker self yields into another Berserker's taunt.
DJ is a god.
DJ is gonna find him, and they have Deafening Blast stolen. That's Deafening Blast, but again, is there detection? Oh, they see
There
you somehow.
was.
But it's not gonna be enough here. Nice cold snap by Jabs, and now they're gonna focus on DJ. Meanwhile, Black is still in this fight with decent mana and HP, and they've lost nobody in that engagement.
Nope. Did you see what DJ did? That was such a good play. He knows that Jabs has the Yules,
Right?
and he blinks on top of Jabs,
Waits the
fully
Yules.
expecting him.
Yeah.
To bait the Yules, and then he calls him afterwards. That was just such a good play by DJ. But luckily for Faceless, they don't lose him, but that's like your Ravage committed again, and they get absolutely nothing out of it.
Yep.
And
I mean-
Execration, they know they have absolutely nothing now. They're just going to go take the rest of the tier 2s.
Silver
Or the
lining,
last one.
at least you didn't give them Ravage, right? Because the way that 55's been
Yeah.
playing, like, I'm expecting him to steal Ravage a couple more times this game. Although Ice is generally very good at protecting his Ravages. And now, we're going to see the Siege coming. 60 seconds till the next Ravage is available. I think Execration could maybe fall back to Roche, or is that a little bit?
Oh,
too
they can take
risky?
the Shrines right now.
Okay.
They know that Ravage is going to be down for quite a while. You can take the Shrine and then probably start pushing out your lanes again. Like top lane, there's no reason for you to give up damage on your tier 2.
There's a gem being delivered here on the courier. Unfortunately, Black was not able to snipe it. So
Maybe he'll catch it on the way back.
okay. Well, I mean, the gem got delivered. That's the biggest thing. Oh,
Every
courier.
piece of gold helps. Oh, he's just going to miss it.
Now Roche is going to be attempted. Black, I don't know if he has any idea whether this gem is on the field. I don't think he does. At least not yet.
Alright, Jabsy finishes up his Scepter.
Yep.
Well, after losing the last engagement, I think if you're a Faceless fan, now's the time to be worried.
Yeah, especially now there's HS on the Luna. Now they're going to put it on the OD. OD now queuing up for a BKB, which, you know, very, very good
See,
against the
so
Ravage.
this is kind of what I mean. You don't exactly want to build that BKB just yet,
Right.
Because Faceless could still potentially beat you in a team fight. And if you buy your BKB so early, you're just wearing down the charges. But now, like, after they took that team fight, they even have an Aegis. You're pretty safe to just go all in on this BKB because
I mean,
the payoff is most likely going to be a set of racks, and then it's worth it.
I agree with you, but we're going to be seeing a different song if they lost that team fight, right?
Yes, then you don't go for the BKB.
Right, if they lost the team fight, we're like, well, maybe they needed a BKB to, like, not die. But, in any case, we're going to have Luna just farming it up a little bit. And it seems like Faceless still wants to hang around a little bit to take a fight. I don't know if they're...
It turned daytime. They caught him out. They know that the supports are hiding here.
Okay, Demonic Persia opened things up. They want to kill Gabby. I'm not sure whether that's actually possible. They're going to throw everything on the Gabby. You can see that nuke damage is actually quite strong. Okay. I can now see why they made for that move, and it looks like they're not going to get punished.
Ooh, that was so close. Alright, that combo is actually insane.
Wow,
The amount
yeah.
of damage that comes out of it.
He was...
The max level Exort with the Soul Catcher did 742 damage.
He had 2300 HP when he was on Strength Shreds. And that chunked him, like, to almost, I don't know.
Like 700.
Yeah. That's crazy. But now, he's back to full. So... Uh-oh. Seems like Faceless have some idea to defend the shrine.
They're just counting it out. There's no way you try to take a fight like this right now.
Well, if they have shrine juices, maybe they think about it, but
Their only option at this point, in my opinion, is just to fight on the high ground and hope for some kind of overcommitment from Execration.
BKB is finished on the Luna. I really wish Execration would just wait for that BKB delivery. Like, you play so clean and precise for the last 25 minutes. To blunder it here would be very bad.
They're just gonna take it slowly. You hit it with Nando because he has Aegis, and just use the Manta illusions from your Luna.
Okay.
And they back off.
DJ's gonna get a little bit antsy and walk up the hill here. This kick is not gonna hit Nando.
I mean, DJ just laughs at the pain. Look at his items. He's not in any position to worry about too much damage. They would have to throw so much at DJ to kill him off.
And now BKB gets delivered here on Gabby. It's go time. Pike gets activated. They know it's time to actually go and try to finish this game. Okay, Blink Anger Smash. We see that in 55. Very patient with the Ravage Steal. He has Blink as well as Aether Lens ready. Nuts taking a ton of damage. Nuts. Maybe even go down to the
They're
beams.
just going to go in on
Yep,
this.
that's going to be the kill here. Tidehunter still holding to his Ravage, but he's going to get called and he's dead. DJ. Gonna get the unstoppable streak. No buyback on Tidehunter for 50 seconds. Execration does not know this, but the fact that he has not bought back by now will give them a lot of insurance. Execration looking to finish this game. Okay, Blink
Another
called.
Blink call. This is a big kill. If Jab
Yeah.
goes down here, it's really bad.
Jab gets
He does
stumped.
have buyback.
Magnetize this hit on 4. That's really good damage here. Sunstrike's gonna come out. Not gonna hit on anything though. And it's gonna be Faceless. Dropping the first lane of Rax. DJ again. Just like walking the pain off. Okay, 55 is gonna go down to the glaives. That's not so bad.
Illusion.
Blink kick, not gonna hit DJ. In fact, might get taunt and dead. Yeah, the spin's gonna take him down here. Tornado's gonna send both of them
top
in
lane.
here. They need to kill everybody. And top looks like
Top. They killed off Black, who was trying to split push.
Okay, I was wondering
Black
what
wasn't
Black
able.
was.
He wasn't able to take the racks.
Okay, well he did.
This
He
is a
did a
big
very
hole.
good job at like damaging it, but
It's not enough at this point. If they took one racks, it would have been definitely a good trade. But
well, if they took one Rax,
all
it
he
would have
gets
been
is a tier 3 out of it.
a even game, right? So
Definitely not.
I mean,
it's just like
even-
it's like a little bit of hope they can hold on to.
even in terms of like base structure,
Raxes.
yeah.
Right.
Well, Black, does he have any
OD,
other
he
big items to come up?
BKB,
He's
but
so
he's still a little ways away from it. So that was a lane of racks for a tier 3, and you have to expend 2 buybacks. SD and Invoker both bought back.
yeah.
Things are looking really, really bad for Faceless, especially with Execration having Axe this farm. This Axe is not going to die.
Yeah. Again, I just want to give a shout out to Nando because the way that he's controlling the Tidehunter in these fights are just exceptional. You can't kill him because he's got Kraken, so just Astro him. So every time they Astro the Tidehunter, Execration uses that 4 second to essentially take the team fight and start picking off people. And once Tidehunter comes back, well, half your team's already dead. The Ravage suddenly doesn't look so good anymore. So I
Rubik,
think-
he has his blink now as well.
Yeah.
It's just that much harder to get
You know,
off your...
He had it in the last fight. It's just that
Yeah.
there was no Ravage to steal. I think the bigger thing is that now OD has BKB on top of his Aegis. So it's just... Oh, his Aegis timed out, but he has BKB now.
This is a very patient play from Execration as well.
Yeah, man.
This is actually very surprising to see because they're playing as if they were the ones who needed to win all the 6 games.
I mean, this does not look like a C Execration game, right? Oh, Yule Scepter, that's gonna find one, and he's gonna pop his BKB. XY did not get the memo that he has the BKB. XY is gonna try to pour it out. Okay, he barely made it off.
Well, they do
Jab's
all
gonna-
get out.
Okay, and they force out the BKB. Not so bad here for Faceless.
Yeah,
A
not
small
bad.
victory. There is
Looks
no
like
C.
Gabby is
There is no C
going-
throw in this game, which is like super impressive. I mean, that sounds like a flame, but like in the last 5 or 6 days, I've been casting the Star Series C qualifiers.
I agree with you. I mean, a lot of the times in these situations, it would just be like one team would win a team fight, and then they would just go the complete other way. They would take turns winning team fights. But none of that here. Execration just winning fight after fight.
It's like a very well played Dota game. Well, again, I think strategically for Faceless, if they could drag out this game, they have a better shot, you know, than taking fights now. So
I don't think that's actually the case though. I think if I was playing with Faceless draft, I would very much expect to win the early to mid phase.
Well, I mean, my point is, you can't win right now, right? There's no option to win right now. If you drag out this game, you have to
split push really hard.
If you drag out this game and hope for like, you know, a C game where Execration kind of throws, then you have a better chance.
Oh, this is their best chance.
Yo,
they
especially
have to
if this happens here. Blink stun, that's gonna hit on 55. They have Astro though. They will Astro him. Falcon both.
Okay, they need to get out now immediately.
Black. Now run, Black. He's gonna pop his ultimate. Blink call. That's gonna find Black. Ice. Does he need to ravage? He does ravage, and he needs to anchor. I'm not sure whether he anchored or not.
He anchored.
Okay, he's good. And now BKB gets activated on the backside. Black is still okay, and this time they get yet another BKB out. Okay, they live. Black coming back in.
Black? He's just running through. He's trying to cut the wave. He knows what's coming.
Okay. Ice. That's set.
And once again, that was a ravage for just to save your carry. That's definitely not what you want, and they still have creeps here.
I mean,
you got these 2 creeps.
I don't think we could fault Black for trying to engage in that area, right? Like,
no, definitely not.
You see 2 free kills.
Oh, he's going for Rubik. Nope, he's not.
Top though, Invoker's pushing in. Somebody has to tend to this wave. Invoker needs to hit the range racks. Okay, the melee's fine too, I guess.
No, he's changing over.
Okay.
Oh, it's so close.
It's gonna get protected. Meanwhile, the base though, no ravage here. Gets Astro immediately. Black moving forward. They see him, and Black gets lifted. He does actually dark pack it off, and now Gabby pops the BKB, goes to work. The hammers being dropped left and right. Jab's trying to run away. He's gonna try to survive. Uses the enemy, but I think he's gonna get found here. Force that forward here. 55 going for the kill, and the support will kill the core. And very nicely done here by Execration. Back in the mid lane, the glaives are bouncing left and right, and that's gonna be a second lane of racks. They did get the range racks up top, but that is
so. I think this might be the end. One thing to point out is SD Luna, very powerful combo, but Luna Rubik. If you pick the SD to deny it, I mean you still steal disruption, and
is that what happened?
How much work it did. Yeah, he stole disruption. Okay. He has disruption, and he just made illusions of the Luna, and the Luna just he that's how he killed the Invoker. He just had illusions on of Luna.
Okay, well. I'm gonna quickly look over to the website and check whether I did the math wrong.
Okay.
Cause see, Faceless. Yeah, I think they needed to win every single game. Okay. Here's one more way they could qualify, right? If they draw this set, so they have to win the next game, and then they win the next set 2-0, I believe they will have a tie point with TNC. But if you beat TNC 2-0, I think they're going to use the head-to-head. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on this. I'm a caster. I'm not a tournament organizer. But I think if Faceless wins the rest of their games, every one of them, then they're still good.
All right. Well, we'll have to see because they're going to have to play regardless.
Yeah. And they have to play against Execration, who apparently is super good now. Like, overnight, they're like, yeah, man, nothing to lose. Let's go, guys.
I mean, honestly, that was such a different Execration.
Yeah.
That was just overall super solid from them. Really, no mistakes. I feel like they were just so in control throughout the entire game.
Yeah. Everybody played well. Individual plays by 55. Great team plays. Nando, again, just want to give him a shout out. Playing very well with his Astro. But game 1's in the book here, and surprisingly, Execration takes down the fan favorite Faceless. Game 2 is on the way, and if my math checks out, they have to win the rest of the day for Faceless. We'll take a short break, but we'll be back.